Page 193, numbers 1 and 8. Describe how to transform the graph of g of x equals 2 times the quantity x minus 3 cubed. So we're transforming it from the graph of y equals x to the third. So the things we want to notice is we now have a leading coefficient of 2, and we also have subtraction by the 3. So the leading coefficient of 2 tells us that it's been vertically stretched by a factor of 2. And the minus 3 tells us it's been shifted right 3 units. Now, it also, the directions in the book asks us to find the y-intercept and verify that what we wrote is correct. So to find the y-intercept, we want to find g of 0, because the y-intercept occurs when x is 0. So we're going to have 2 times 0 minus 3 cubed. So we get 2 times negative 27, which gives us a negative 54, which would go along with what we said. And if you look at the graph, let me pull the graph up real quick. You're going to see that that is exactly what has happened. That it is going to be stretched a lot more than a typical cubic graph, and that the y-intercept is definitely, looks like it's headed at negative 54. So if I put in just an x cubed graph, we can definitely see the difference then. Okay, now number 8 asks us to graph the function, locate its extrema and zeros, describe how it relates to the monomial from what it's built. So the monomial is going to be x to the 4th. I'm not going to graph it here, but I will show it on the graphing calculator. So I already graphed it, so I can see that I have zeros at 0, and then to find the other ones, the nice thing on the Inspire is that I can just graph trace it, and it will stop at the zeros for me. So if I go to the left first, see there's the minimum. There's, whoops, let's go back. There's a 0 at negative 1.58, and so let's go ahead and write that down. So right now we have a 0 at negative 1.58. And then we also are looking for its extrema, so we know we have a minimum. We'll write that point down next. So going back to the graph, at negative 1.12, negative 3.13. And then continuing on our graph, we know we have another 0 at 0, 0. We already did that one. I'll keep going. I can write that one down in a second. We have another minimum at 1.12, negative 3.13. And this makes sense since the graph is symmetrical. And let's write down our 0, 0. And we have one more 0, which is at, oops, at 1.58. And again, we could have got that from the fact that we have a symmetrical graph. Okay, describe how it's related from the monomial function from what it's built. Let's look at that one. So let's go ahead and put that in our calculator. So we want x to the 4th. And we hit enter. And what we can say is it shares a 0 The end behavior is the same, but it only has one local extrema. That would be the difference. And by the way, we do have a local max at 0, 0 on that graph, because when it touches 0, that's a local max in that area.